Initiating launch sequence.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Tom.
I'm Jeb.
And we're in space. And if you're not, I have several questions to ask you. First of all, where exactly are you?
That's a valid question.
It's a very valid question. If you're not in space, what's going on? You're like, it's someone's house? It's not?
It's not in space. You're just outside of time and space. You're through that rift in time and space in Pokemon.
Yeah, that one. I've seen it. Not really. Jeb's seen it. She knows.
I've seen it. I've been there.
There's a weird Pokemon there.
Yeah, that's true. And that's where you are if you're not in space. Confirmed.
Logically. Hashtag.
Yeah,
so, hey, howdy, y'all, Spacetronauts.
what's up? How's life?
How you doing? You doing good? We hope you are. So, this week on the Escape Podcast, we're going to be talking about Breath of the Wild, the newest Legend of Zelda game.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that in a minute. First, Tom, what's going on? What you been up to?
Well, you
How's
see,
your week?
my week's been pretty full on, actually, Jeb.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're folk. We work. We toil the land.
Yes.
Yes. But between that, I have been trying to get my grubby mitts around a number of things, Breath of the Wild being the all-consuming one that it is. I do also have a few other things I've been trying to get my hands stuck around adeptly. Nier, the new Nier game.
Oh, yes. That looks pretty.
Neo.
Mm-hmm.
Neo. And also Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't yet been able to get my hands onto Nier, but both Horizon Zero Dawn and Neo are pretty good games.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, it's a bloody good game. It's a very, very good game. Well polished, very good. Neo does have a couple of things that I would like to see developed a little bit more, but a pretty solid game on its own right. It's a bit of a throwback to the old action RPG style games, or like Onimusha or God of War PlayStation 2 style, but with a bit of a Dark Souls bend. They're quite difficult and rather imposing. So that's what I've been up to, juggling between those titles and Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at.
Cool. Sounds intense.
So in that regard, that's what I've been up to. And what about you, Jeb? What you been up to?
Well, I have also been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild. Well, actually not that much, because I don't have that much downtime between everything else.
I don't know how people do it.
I don't know. Do you not have jobs or sleep or and eat?
I have seen people on my Facebook's TM that are like, I've got 120 shrines and look at all my, like, I got all the extra stuff and cool.
And I'm just like, I played 2 hours of it and found a stick.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a new hat.
It's a nice hat.
It's a nice hat.
I like your hat.
Thank you.
But that's pretty much it, apart from just comicking as per usual.
Working hard on actually making those comics look nice.
Yes, and the old day job. That's been my week pretty much.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So,
solid work.
Solid work.
Solid.
All the work. And no play.
No.
Makes Jeb.
Minimal play makes Jeb pretty alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Could
It's
be
not
better.
because it's not no play.
No.
Some. So we're not going to go farm the fire axe anytime soon, but, you know, just maybe a little bit of a holiday would be in order.
That'd be nice.
Get a bit of breath of fresh wild air, one might say. So again, welcome Spacetronauts to the Escape Podcast. Again, this week we are talking about
Breath of the Wild.
the newest Legend of Zelda game.
Yes.
And first things first, it's a game on the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U.
It sure is.
And as far as I can tell, everybody loves it.
I have seen a few people that just, this game did not grab me, it wasn't for me. And you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't think those people are like general Legend of Zelda players though.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, but I don't know. I don't really know what a lot of people would have against it. But at the same time, if you are not a Breath of the Wild fan, that's okay.
Yeah, we don't judge you.
No.
That's all right. You can like
Whatever.
different things. That's fine.
It's true.
Yeah, like, it's a big deal because it's a launch title for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yes.
You know, they have bet a lot on it being a console seller.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem to be very polished. I can sort of see that maybe they held off releasing on the Wii U to make sure they had it as a title for the new console.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
We can see that, like, if anyone cares to go look it up, you can see that the Wii U has probably been the not as good a selling as console that Nintendo has actually ever produced.
It's very true.
Which, look, it's a bit disappointing. I can get where a lot of people's complaints come from. It didn't quite hit the mark, and it was definitely not as openly approachable to the casual market as the Wii itself was.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But it wasn't quite as, I don't know, I don't want to say hardcore or as...
It wasn't as gamer-orientated as the original NES and
No. Look, it was still trying to go for that broad appeal, but maybe the dual screen situation and all that sort of stuff, it sort of turned a lot of people off. It wasn't necessarily the most approachable console, which, you know, the Wii was basically, here's something that looks like a TV remote, waggle it around and you can play games.
Yeah, pretty much. There was not a lot of learning that needed to happen to get you playing the Wii. It wasn't a case of, well, you need to suddenly learn how to do dual analog. You don't need to know what a D-pad is or how triggers work. It's just, I don't know.
Buy a console, have your Wii Sports, and have fun for the next 3 years.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know what? Grandmas can do it, and children can do it, and the whole family can get involved.
There seemed to be
the
a
Wii U, not so much.
There was a step missing. There was a bit missing between the step from the Wii to the Wii U, and I don't know, maybe if they had gone the Switch to the Wii U, it would have been different. But instead we've gone a bit topsy-turvy and we've ended up with the hybrid console, the portable/home console, the Nintendo Switch, being...
coming after your semi-portable?
Yeah.
I mean...
because the problem was you really couldn't actually take it anywhere. You had to be linked with the Wii U.
Yeah.
It was a display device, a tablet part of the device.
Yes.
The gamepad it had to be tethered. It had to stream everything through it. So that's sort of a bit of a turn off, you know.
Yeah, and while yes, you can absolutely play a game while you're watching television, that's not really enough of a draw, I think, for the mass market.
No. Whereas the Switch, if someone wants to watch TV or put on Netflix or whatever, you can just undock it and away you go.
Yep, and if that, you know, television watching person or somebody that wants to play a different console, like whatever, they can do that, and then when they go away, you can redock your Switch and you've got a big screen again, and you've lost zero gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we have had a bit of a chat about the Switch before, so go back to our previous Escape podcast and have a listen. Wrap your ears around it while we wax idiotic about the Nintendo Switch itself. We are here today, of course, to talk about more specifically the Breath of the Wild, the newest iteration of the Legend of Zelda series.
That's it.
Now, there is a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, it's a bit hard. It's a bit tricky."
Yep.
And
they're not wrong.
They're not wrong. It definitely is a much steeper learning curve than a lot of the older Legend of Zelda games, especially in that, you know, basically any enemy is well within its rights to wipe your health out in no time flat. And if you don't have, like, the right weapons available to you, because durability is a big thing in this game for your weapons and equipment, you might end up on the wrong end of a big old spear. And it has happened to me on more than one occasion.
And me too.
That I've ended up stuck with the, like, swinging my torch at people and trying to run away.
Yes.
All my weapons have broken.
That's true. You know what? The armor and weapon mechanic in this game reminds me a lot of Diablo.
A little bit. Like, you get your drops from enemies. It is kind of cool to see that the enemies themselves are using it. It's not like, oh, you have a 1 in 5 chance of X, Y, or Z sword dropping from a Stalfos or Livzalfos or anything like that.
Yes.
It's like, oh, that Bubkin or whatever, he's using a Bubkin club. That's what he's going to drop.
Absolutely. It's not like it's a massive surprise when that's what you get. That's your reward.
Yeah, and it's kind of exciting when you see like, oh, I want that weapon. That's a fun looking weapon. I want that.
Yeah, that's it. So the surprises come from the temples when you do actually get a weapon from there. As whether it's something you've already got 6 of, or whether it's something that's, unique. Like the electric blade.
The electric blade is pretty cool. And again, it seems to be that there is like tiers of groups. Like if you got your normal weapons and they go from like rusty weapons, which are just a step above a stick.
It's basically, these have been lying around for 100 years getting rained on and no one caring about them.
Yep, they're going to work about as good as something that's been lying around for 100 years being rained on and no one cares about them.
Yep.
But, they might get you out of a jam if they're lying around.
Look, they are a step above a stick.
Yep.
And that can make all the difference in a fight.
That can make I've had that happen before. A lot of the other things that I have been enjoying about the grandiose, open-worldy nature of The Legend of Zelda is I tend to just get into these like, I'm going to go see what's up this mountain.
Yes.
And I am sometimes amused, sometimes pissed off. The fact that you get up like this massive mountain. It's been raining, there's been enemies, there's been boulders falling off the side of it, all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's just a Korok at the top. Not even a temple.
Not even a Korok. No. There's just, some grass and a lizard.
Yep. And you missed the lizard.
You missed the lizard. And it was just a normal lizard, just a hearty lizard. And that's it.
Yep.
Provides you with nothing of any substance. And it's windy.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Yep, that's it. Because, again, the open worldy, much more, I want to say, visceral, but much more realistic-ish sort of situation. The thing is, the whole of Hyrule is kind of been screwed up for the last 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a potion shop in Castle Town. There isn't.
There's not a castle town.
There's no castle town. There's these little tiny towns in these areas. And you've got to find the map. You can't just go buy the map.
Yeah, and it's not a case of, I just found it in a treasure chest that was just conveniently located.
No.
Beneath this glowing bloody dot.
Slight plus side, you don't have to go around finding empty bottles.
Yeah, actually, that's good. That's a good point.
If I had to find empty bottles to put the potions and stuff in, I think this would just make the game too hard. And I'm pretty sure that was a discussion at Nintendo at one point. Should we make them have bottles? No, it's just too hard. Don't do that to them.
No.
I have been enjoying going around finding... I grab everything that I can in front of me.
Yes.
And it has proven to be a godsend because, you have upgrades to your equipment.
Yes.
And those upgrades aren't just like, it's got better defense. It's like, now your special ninja outfit lets you run faster at night. That's cool. That's a really cool little addition they've done.
And it's actually useful. It's not, it's blue now. You can run faster at night when you're running away from the enemies because you have no weapons except for a stick and a rusty blade. And these guys have dragon bone clubs and they will kill you.
They will kill you. Which I think comes back around to the outfits you wear directly reflects your playstyle. Because gone is the traditional green tunic of the hero of time because they didn't want to do that anymore.
No.
Which I think to me is probably the biggest point about the new Legend of Zelda game is it's a new Legend of Zelda game.
Yes.
It isn't relying on the mythos and the history of Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time yet again. It said that was good, that was in the past, we've learned from it, and we've all grown up a little bit. This is now the 31st anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. 31 years this game's been around. The people who played it back in the day, originally, they're probably 40 by now.
It's pretty much true.
And Nintendo has made a game for them.
Yes, they've said, look, we know that you played these games and we respect that.
Yeah.
And you, like Pokemon, we know you don't want to see the same game again. You've played that game.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
Yeah.
You've enjoyed yourself. It's time for something new. And not something different, just new.
Yeah. Not like, oh, you're not Link anymore. Oh, it's not about Zelda anymore. Oh, it's not Ganon. Like, these main themes are still present, you know, but it's not, oh, hey, here's an instrument that lets you control conditions around you. Wind Waker had that. It did. And, like, you know, Majora's Mask had that. And, like, a lot of subsequent games post Ocarina of Time have had some, like, little tip of the hat to the Ocarina of Time game.
Yep, that's it. They've gone, you know what? That was the big game. And we know you enjoyed it, so we're going to acknowledge it. The most acknowledging that this game has is that it's set in the same layout of Hyrule.
Yeah.
And the Temple of Time is there.
Yeah.
And it's run down.
Yeah. I like the fact that you can oh, this is Hyrule. This is the Hyrule I know. Things have changed. Mm-hmm. Things have dramatically changed. Like, the layout is different. Things are different. All that sort of stuff. And that's good. That's a massive
absolutely,
positive.
Yeah.
They haven't said, oh, let's put Death Mountain right here because that's where it was in Ocarina of Time. Let's put the Zora Lake there. Let's put all this sort of stuff in the same place. It's chopped and changed a lot to accommodate, particularly for the addition of simultaneously the races of the Zora and the Ruto. As far as I know, they haven't ever been in the same game before. Because the Ruto or Ruto? They were in the Wind Waker, but they were like, it was implied that they had evolved from the Zora. But in this, they're both there, and it's like there's a new region that wasn't existent in the Ocarina of Time or the Wind Waker.
Yeah, whereas, if you overlay the two maps, the Breath of the Wild over, say, Ocarina of Time, that section just wasn't there.
No, it's just a mountain range that you couldn't get to.
Yeah.
Because it's open world, and properly open world. Like, if there's a mountain, you can climb it, and you don't need an item to do it.
No, you don't have to find those little trailing vines to just get up the next ledge.
Like, oh, do I think I can climb up this bit? No. Is it, like, not a polished surface? Then you can climb it.
Basically, just do it.
Or
give it a go.
Or catapult yourself on a flying rock. Whatever you want.
Yep.
You can do it. We believe in you.
We do believe in you.
And I think it has taken a lot of trust and understanding of how the gamers are going to play this game to let them do that.
I think what it's done is it's accepted what kinds of games we've been playing. So, you know, we've been playing Dark Souls. We've been playing Dishonored. We've been playing, you know, all these open world sandboxy games where there really is no limit as to where you can go. It's just up to your abilities. You know, do you have enough stamina to withstand a long run? Do you have the strong enough weapons and sturdy enough armor to fight enemies at higher levels? Yes, well, off you go. No, probably shouldn't go there.
Or are you going to be clever enough to use the tools available to you to use the environment as a weapon?
That's also true.
It has come up a lot, and it does come up particularly in the shrines, which have replaced the whole little challenge to get your quarter of a heart thing, to like show you how you can use all the tools available to you to overcome and apply logic to a situation. Like, yeah, you could climb this, but also there's these blocks here that you can stack up against each other and then just jump up those.
Yep.
Or you could figure out a way of, like, you know, making one of them flip you up into the air. There's a lot of ways you can approach a puzzle, and it won't cheat you of saying, oh no, you didn't solve this puzzle the way we intended it to, you don't get the reward.
That's exactly right. It's just, here is a problem that needs solving. How you do that is entirely up to you.
I have heard of accounts from people who are trying to break the game, which is fine. Like, go ahead, do whatever you want to do. Have fun with it. I'm enjoying just sort of wandering around, and I wander a lot.
Yeah.
And I go like, oh, look, that's a pretty hill. I gotta check it out. That's how I played this game. And I'm not looking up guides. I don't have the guidebook or anything. I'm just experiencing it as it comes to me.
Yes.
And I'm really, really loving it. It gives me that buzz that I used to get when I was like really young and like, oh, it's a new game. What can I do? What can I check out? And all that learning of how things work. It's really fun. But the paraglider is a big facet of this game.
Oh, absolutely it is.
Huge integral part. Mm-hmm. Not only of travel, but also of overcoming obstacles. Actually, also how you engage enemies.
Yes.
And some people have just left the main area by like the little tutorial Noob Island area without getting it and just playing through the whole game without using it. And the game is just like, you know what? That's fine.
We don't care.
Nah.
Props to you for getting out of the plateau
without
flying out.
You want to go fight Ganon with a torch and a stick in your underwear?
Done. Enjoy.
Do it.
You probably won't get very far, but we're not going to hold it against you for giving it a go.
Absolutely not. But those options are available to you. I have come across very, very few hard walls in the game. There's like, no, you can't go this way. And I get that those are probably tied towards like storyline development. Yeah. Which is okay. I'm fine with that. And as far as I can tell, they're not necessarily needed areas.
No.
Like they're not core areas is what I think I'm trying to say. But it's kind of like Nintendo and the developers of this game, Shigeru Miyamoto, Satoru Iwata, all the guys who worked on this have said, you guys are grown up. We're not going to hold your hand. I don't want to call it a mature game. It's a grown-up game.
It is. It's a game for people who have been playing things like Dark Souls. Like, we understand what your level of gaming is. So we don't need to handhold you anymore. No. We don't need to push you and guide you.
No.
We give you the option to gain quests. You don't have to take on any of them if you don't want to. You are not forced to do anything in this game.
No.
And it shows, I would say, a level of maturity in the developers more so than the playability of the game itself.
Yeah.
In that they are very aware of who their audience is and what they want that audience to get out of the game.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of, it's enlightened. It's understanding of who their market is. And for me, it's a big departure from The Legend of Zelda classic, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, all these sort of games we kind of grew up in that were sort of pushing that boundary of like an action-adventure game and really sort of setting the pace in a lot of regards for what other games would mimic. I mean, no one could really argue that Pokemon didn't take a lot of lease from The Legend of Zelda and how it was styled with the maps and things like that. But then it's gone, you know what though? That was then. This is 30 years later. We're different people now, and so are you. And games have changed. And they have adapted to that. They haven't said, oh, no, we want to give you the same Zelda game you played 20 years ago, because 15 years ago.
That's how Zelda works.
No.
It's just, it's this way and that's the formula and that's the way we're going to make it forever and ever and ever until we're dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Ocarina of Time, sub-spin off from that, Majora's Mask, they were largely the same game. One could argue that they were sort of sequels of each other, paralleled. Yeah. Nothing really developed there. No. Then came Twilight Princess, which was like, that was the last game that was released on the GameCube. It was also one of the big titles that was on the Wii. And it kind of used some of the motion controls sort of thing. And it was kind of like, yeah, it's a bit darker a game. It's a bit more storyline oriented. It was a bit weird. It was a bit... Yeah. It was still a very good game, though. But it was still basically Ocarina of Time. Yes, it was. Then came Skyward Sword, a significant time later on. And it was, this is the earliest game in the Zelda chronology, if anyone follows the Legend of Zelda timeline. This is where it all started, this is where it all began, and rah. It was still kind of Ocarina of Time. It was like, you're still Link, you've still got that green tunic on. Yep. You get the Master Sword, and there was little elements of change. There was upgradable equipment that you had to build the Master Sword. You didn't just go and find it. It
wasn't just stuck in a rock.
No.
Like it is normally.
There's a bit more of that sort of hunter-gathering building, because they understand that games has sort of wanted that craftingness to it.
I mean, look, the success of games like Minecraft do lend themselves to the fact people want crafting. I want to collect stuff and build a thing.
Yeah,
I want the reward.
It gives you that sense of achievement of having done it.
Yeah, it's more than just... Sorry, I have just found a thing.
Jeb is also currently playing Legend of Zelda as we speak, just to sort of lend a bit of thematicity to what we're talking about.
I can turn the volume up. And I'm in
it's fine.
Garuda Town. Sorry, I thought I found a memory, but I just found a little Korok seed.
Them things.
Yeah.
Again, the crafting gives you that sense of achievement for the things you have.
It does. It lets you earn your armor, your weapons, whatever. It's not just you being given, like, handed everything.
No.
I mean, yeah, you gotta find it, but the track's, not necessarily that hard.
No, or that unenjoyable either.
No. And the idea of being able to actually make your weapons, I think, lends a good deal of thought to how this game has been developed, and knowing that you can get just random shit weapons,
Yeah.
it knows that you may not want to craft.
No.
But if you do an upgrade, if you want to enhance stuff, well then the option is there, and it's not just an understanding that, this is what you might want from the game. It's that maybe you are that skilled and you think that much outside the box that you don't need to upgrade your weapons or your armor.
No.
You can just
Deal.
You know, you can just take that stick and run with it. Go for it.
And do it. Go for it. Go nuts.
Yeah, and if it works for you, then that's fine.
Yeah.
And again, it's that idea that it doesn't matter what you're doing. As long as you get to the end, who cares?
Now, I will bring this back around to another point that a few people have griped on, in that they say that necessarily the amiibos are just like a really expensive version of DLC, and that's not cool to like have certain items, the classic tunic, the Ocarina of Time outfit, the Twilight Princess outfit, Epona, the Twilight Bow, Big Goron sword, which also I like the fact that they put that in because that's cool, available as not just necessarily DLC. Like, you don't just buy these things to make them available in the game.
No.
You have to buy a figurine
Yes.
to interact with it. But to those detractors, I say, get stuff. Because not only is it... Yeah, look, it is. It's a DLC purchase, essentially.
Yeah.
You do get something for it. You have a little cool figurine you stick on your shelf, which is kind of nice. They're pretty well sculpted things. But also, those things aren't just limited to the Legend of Zelda game.
No. Absolutely not.
Like, if you buy those amiibos, the Smash Brothers ones, the 50 of them or whatever there is, if you have all those, they have interactions with other games. It might just be a potion here or a little helping item there, but it's something you get with all the other games that are compatible with it. It's not just a DLC for that one game. Like, I would bet that if you have a Link, an Archer Link from Breath of the Wild amiibo, and when the new Smash Brothers comes out, because you know that's going to come out.
Yes, we talked about this.
We have. I'm sure you'll get something out of it when you take your special Link that's finished the game and bring it into the Smash Brothers. You'll be able to play, you'll be able to get stuff, you'll be able to get like a Hyrule hat in the new Mario game, and you'll get like a little different outfit or something like that. It's not just one DLC. It's like, it's $20 or $10 or $15 or whatever you buy it for.
Yeah.
But that's a DLC for all of your games.
Yes.
It's kind of like buying a part of a season pass, and as much as I dislike the fact that they plan to release DLC for these sort of things, I also appreciate that games take time to develop and stuff comes out and after you develop it. And as much as I'm loving Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I want more. Because I know there is a finite end to this story. I guarantee it. It's not Skyrim. You can't just keep adventuring. Kill the bad guy, save the princess, credits roll at the end, thanks for playing. But being able to get those side stories of, like, I don't know, the characters, like, maybe you get to play as the Goron and the Ruto, maybe you get to play as the champions, maybe you get to play through what happened 100 years ago and fail at the final stand between Link, Zelda, and Ganon 100 years ago. That would be amazing.
I think that would be fantastic, because how often do you get to play a game where you know that you're going to fail?
Yeah, you still have to do it anyway.
You got to do it anyway, but you know where that's heading.
Yeah.
You know, the failure isn't for naught. So I think that would be great.
Yeah.
And DLCs, you know what? They're fine.
Yeah. Let's all face it. DLCs aren't going anywhere. They're very profitable. Some of them are good. Some of them are terrible. So are video games in themselves.
And again, as with anything else, you don't have to buy it.
No. You
know,
really don't.
It's an option that you can take.
Yeah.
But again, it's not going to hinder your progress in the main game.
No, if it was like, oh, here's Breath of the Wild, you play as Aaron.
Who's Aaron? I don't know.
He's the guy we're putting into it. For $29.99, you can buy Link and play through the game as Link. Yeah, you're going to pay that, and that's a cheap out. But this is like, here's a fully fledged, in-depth game that we have spent years developing to make sure it is a tailored experience. Still holding to those things you loved, reinventing them in a way that is not detrimental to your memories, but still brings The Legend of Zelda into the 21st century. That's great. And then you're like, oh, but I don't want to pay for more of that, do I?
Well, then don't.
Then don't.
No one said you had to.
I do. I want more. I already want more. I'm like, I want it now.
And that's you. You know what? I don't know if I want more, to be perfectly honest.
Fine.
And yeah, that's fine. So maybe you buy the DLC and maybe I don't. And are both of our experiences of the game as valid as each other? Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Does anyone lose out by not experiencing the DLC? Probably not. And I think that this is the new attitude people need to have. We sort of got to a point a little while ago where games were all about the DLC.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, the main storyline's good, yeah, it's fun, yeah, I had a good time, but what I really want is the next bit, the next bit, the next bit.
Ubisoft and EA are probably the worst for it.
Yeah.
Because we all know that. Ubisoft and EA, they know they're going to make money. They're AAA title developers. They don't have a lot to lose by you not buying their games.
No, not really.
Because if you, the gaming enthusiast, does not buy it, you know what? There's probably 50,000 other people that did.
Yep.
And they don't care. So that's why they can get away with releasing games that aren't fully finished or not really polished or have huge game-breaking glitches in them on... and day one DLC and all this sort of stuff and microtransactions and you know what? We all take it. We all understand it. This isn't one of those games.
No.
This is really, really not. This isn't, hey, I want to sit down and have a steak dinner or a hamburger. You're not trying to, you don't have to buy the ketchup and mustard.
No.
You don't have to buy the fries. You've got a whole meal. This is letting you order dessert.
Yeah, or maybe you actually want an entree beforehand. Or...
Maybe besides your hamburger with fries, you wanted some mac and cheese, or maybe you wanted some chicken wings. You can get that.
Yep.
But you're not going to lose out from your meal.
You're
it's not like...
still getting your hamburger with your fries, with your condiments.
Yep.
And having that side order of pizza isn't going to necessarily enhance that burger and fries. But you know what? You wanted pizza, so you got pizza.
Yeah. It's not like, Ubisoft when there would be something like...
Like, here's
your bun. Yeah. And here's your hamburger. $2.99, we can cook that for you. Yep.
And if you give us another $5, then we'll put the patty inside the bun for you.
Yeah, and if you buy the $35 season pass, over time, not only will we cook it and put it in the bun, we'll give you some condiments right now.
That's it. And if you just make one small transaction of $10.99, you can get some fries.
But this isn't like that. And if the 5 people who listen to this are sitting there going, yeah, but the amiibos do that. Again, no. The amiibos are salt and pepper.
Yeah,
they're on the table. They're there. They're staying there. They're not going to get used up by you having one meal with it. You can take them away and use it on something else.
It's true. And if you do take it away and use it on something else, you can bring it back.
Yeah.
If you decide, well, actually, I want a bit more salt.
Yeah.
I want a bit more pepper. I want, whatever. You're not losing out. And I think that's the thing that people need to understand with DLCs is that they're not vital.
No.
And the item drops you get from the amiibos are also not vital.
No. You can get by without them. They're nice to have.
They are nice to have, but they're garnish.
They are.
Again, it's not going to change the way you play the game, like physically play through the game.
No, I mean, are you going to go out and say, oh no, I have to have this one particular bow that comes from the Zelda amiibo.
Yeah,
that's
what
how I
happens
have to play the game.
when it breaks?
And it's going to. You just face facts, man. That's just what's going to happen. You can't. Nothing lasts forever.
No.
And I think that comes back to a big thing about this game is that nothing does last forever. It's a very somber game. It's not grim. It's not, death is everywhere. Everything is permeated by the end. Like the Majora's Mask, fatalistic, end of the world scenarios. Things have gone wrong. But people have lived and tried to make do with what they have.
And survived. And they've actually thrived in some cases. And the fact that this is 100 years later, every tribe that you speak to, their champion has gone.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good way to approach the mood of this game, is that, yes, it's somber, yes, it's a little bit death and destruction, but, these 4 champions have fallen.
Yeah.
But not to the detriment of their people, not to the detriment of Hyrule, not to, you can move forward.
It's kind of it's post-apocalyptic, but it's post-apocalyptic in that we held on.
Yeah, and we didn't give up, and we're all still here.
Yeah, and now this is a looming threat, and now you're here to take care of it. And that's another thing that I found about this Legend of Zelda game, particular to this Legend of Zelda game, is you feel present. Yes. You don't feel like you're watching a story. You don't feel like you're listening to the retelling of events. It's not, I'm playing through this story. It's no, I'm choosing the path. I'm directing what's happening. Not only am I a player in this thing, I am shaping events as they unfold around me. Which to me is better. Just fundamentally a better game than what we've experienced before. And you know what? I being a big fan of the Legend of Zelda series, I have to go out on a limb and say this is the best Legend of Zelda game that has ever been made.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's and everyone everyone is saying it's great. Everyone's saying it's fantastic. I think this is a pinnacle example of what an adventure game should be like, and I think we will be measuring other games against this for the next 10 years.
Agreed.
I don't think I really don't think we'll see another proper Zelda game for a long time because it has to measure up to this.
And in some cases it will need to surpass it as well.
Yeah.
I don't think we would be satisfied to see this game again.
No, it'll have to be different and it'll have to be almost as good because we're spoiled here. This is the first proper Legend of Zelda game, the first real evolution of the Legend of Zelda since the Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we can. I will be understanding if it's not as good as this initial hit of New Legend of Zelda.
It's true, but I don't want to see the Majora's Mask to Breath of the Wild.
No, absolutely not. So basically, I know this has not been as funny as a few of our other things, and I think that goes into the tone of the game that
Absolutely.
this is. It's not like it's a confronting game. It's not like it's like
introspective.
It is. It's got. I don't say it's going to give you the feels. It makes you think a little bit.
It does.
And I think that has a lot to do with the passing of Satoru Iwata during the development of this game. A lot of his colleagues who were personal friends had to carry on the torch for this. You can see a lot of that sort of introspection and reflection of what has been and what will be in the future.
Yes.
And for me, this Legend of Zelda game is basically the perfect video game. It will let you do what you want. Mm-hmm. It will guide your hand if you ask it to. Yeah. If you go out of your way and talk to the NPCs, they will tell you how to deal with things.
Yeah.
But if you want to run around in your underwear, jump off cliffs, and create giant seesaws with massive magnetic rocks, you can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we're going to see anything this good for a very long time. For now, this is Tom and Jeb in the escape pod. Go play Breath of the Wild. Where did you find the ukulele? In the escape pod? Like, was that just here?
Yeah, it's emergency supplies.
Why do we need a ukulele?
Morale.
Oh. What could a ukulele do for morale?
We could sing a song.
Like what?
Tom and Jeb in space.
Is that the song?
That's the song.
That's the song. Okay, cool.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying our podcast so far, and our gaming videos are up as well. Please also check out our weekly comic on tomandjebinspace.tumblr.com, and you can download the podcast at tomandjebinspace.libsyn.com. You can find us on Twitter at tandj_inspace, and on Instagram at tomandjebinspace. And if you want to shoot us an email, with tomandjebinspace@gmail.com.